If you think slapping locally owned since 1992 on the side of your truck is enough to stand out, guess again. I want to tell you about one of my clients, Tony. Tony owns a family-owned and operated contracting business, and he inherited this from his father. He's second generation. Guess what? He's like, man, I'm going to be a marketing expert. I'm going to slap trusted and family-owned since 1990 on every truck we have. In fact, I'm going to put it on our t-shirts, right? So that our guys can have this and everybody who comes across our guys can see this. He assumed that by putting that slogan and that slogan alone on his shirts and on his trucks and everywhere, that it would draw in new business. But guess what? Business dried up anyway. And here's the crazy part. Tony couldn't understand why. Why was business slowing down? Why was he not getting new clients? Well, during one particular sales call with a new lead, the client asks, so what makes you different from any of these other contractors? And it was at this moment that Tony realized something. He's staring blankly at this potential client, right? And he had nothing to give them. He had no real proof of expertise, no unique customer experience. He had nothing. He was relying on this slogan, right? The slogan's going to do it for me. But the slogan was meaningless without being able to actually show value. See, Tony wasn't posting on social media before and afters. He wasn't recording videos and showing his clients how he fixed problems. He wasn't getting Google reviews or video testimonials from his past satisfied clients. No, he wasn't. He was simply relying on what was written on the side of his truck. Now, let me ask you this. Are you like Tony? See, most contractors rely on generic slogans and hope and pray that word of mouth handles the rest. Now, don't get me wrong. I will never turn away a referral, and neither would you. But referrals don't come as often as we'd like them to. So we can't just rely on referrals. At some point, you're going to be dealing with someone who has no clue who you are. And if all you're relying on is some generic slogan, guess what? The odds are not in your favor. So why is this killing you? Well, think about this. Odds are you're in some type of saturated market. And I don't care what trade you're in, but there's probably other roofers, other electricians, other plumbers, other landscapers in your market. And no one cares if you're family owned. And no one cares if you've been around since 1960. And no one cares if you're the fourth generation. No one cares. What do they care about? One thing and one thing only. Do you know how to solve their problems better and faster? And can you show them real proof? If you can't, odds are they're not going to pick you. So what needs to happen? I don't want to talk about paid advertising, okay? I want to talk about real organic marketing and real organic growth. Consistent proof of your value is what we're talking about. Remember, marketing is two things, getting and keeping people's attention. So if you can't get and keep people's attention, you won't have a business for very long. So what is it that you can do? Okay. The first thing is get rid of the bland taglines. Nobody cares. You're not a Nike. You're not a Starbucks. You're not a Pepsi or a Coke. You're not a national brand. National brands get known for their taglines. Like Nike, just do it, right? What do people at your level care about? They care about you. They care about, can this person solve my problem? And if you can't connect those dots for them, they're going to move on to the next guy. Or even worse, they're going to say, you know what? This guy can do it for less. Can you do it for less? And ultimately, you're cutting price until you can't afford to be in business anymore. How do we do this? How do we create a business that relies on more than generic slogans? Number one, you have to create a marketing plan. Now, what's a marketing plan? Let's not get complicated here, okay? A marketing plan is, how do I get more people to know, like, and trust me? That's it. So how do we get more people to know you? Well, we have this great thing called social media. And nowadays, everybody's on social media. So one of the ways you can do that is creating social media content. This can be on your business profile. It can be on your personal profile. It can be on both. But how do you show people who you are? How do you get them to know, like, and trust you? Just show them what you do, right? If you're a roofer, you can be on a roof and you can talk to them about why this roof leaked, and you can talk to them about the steps that you're taking to fix it. If you're a landscaper, you can talk about drainage and why you want the yard to slope away from your house, what that means to them, and the long-term protection of their greatest asset. If you're an electrician, you can talk about what to do when you blow a fuse, right? There's no shortage of things. And by the way, it's 2025. Get on ChatGPT and say, this is my business. This is what I do. Give me some ideas on some social media posts that I can put together that will get people's attention and get them to know, like, and trust me. We teach our people to do that too. What's something else that you can do? Well, you can engage in local community events or charity projects. We're involved in a charity project here with a group called Home Aid. I have to separate it out because sometimes people can't figure that one out. Home Aid. And what Home Aid does is they provide homes for the homeless. So we're going to be building a duplex that they're going to be able to use in their community, right? Well, what does that do for us? Well, it gets us in front of the community, right? It builds authenticity, and we're going to be recording it and we're going to be showing it. Now, this is not just for us, but every single one of the contractors that are here locally in our network are going to be able to participate in that. And then they can talk about it as well. Again, get people to know, like, and trust you. The most important thing for you, though, is to leverage the resources that are in front of you. Social media is free, right? And you can post on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can post on all these different channels or the one that you like the most. And you can show who you are and what you do. You can get your customers to give you testimonial videos, right? The goal is to consistently build that brand of yours, because a reputation built on expertise, right, not tired, overused branding, is the one that will get you the results that you're after. So if you really want to build a successful business this year and beyond, learn how to market your business and not rely on boring, bland taglines. All right, you know what time it is. It's time to get after it. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Thanks for listening to the Success Unleashed podcast. Before we go, show some love for your favorite podcast by liking, subscribing, and leaving us a review. Until we see you again, it's time to get after it. 3, 2, 1, off you go.